Good morning and welcome to Plume, Malden's Community Academy. My name's Wakefield and I'm the Principal of Plume. I'm proud to be so. I've been a Principal of Plume since September 2015, so we're just coming toward the end of 2 years of working alongside the students, staff, family members and community within what is a fantastic town and fantastic borough. I'm now going to introduce, or ask them to introduce themselves, the newly elected Executive Senior Student Team.
I'm Grace Detmar and I'm Deputy Head Girl.
Hi, I'm Chris Jones and I'm the head boy.
Hi, I'm Poppy Brown and I'm the head girl.
Hi, I'm Ahmed and I'm the deputy head boy.
Before I invite all four to speak to you, to say about what's important to them as they start their tenure, they've been in post now for 4 days and I've gone through a rigorous, fully democratic process involving detailed applications, shortlisting, interviews, hustings, and then, importantly, securing the votes, which I'm very pleased to say they all secured hundreds of votes in their own right. They'll speak to you about what their thoughts, views and desired outcomes are for the year ahead. But from me, before I end affairs today, I will just say that I am immensely proud to have 4 outstanding young adults sat beside me. 13 applied, 8 were shortlisted, and I have the 4 very best. And to those people who are not sat here, they were of an immense talent. So what does that say about the 4 people who, again, I'm fortunate and proud to be sat alongside? So I'm going to start with Naz and ask Naz just to say a few words about what he is looking for this academy in the year ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Wakefield. For me, it's about carrying on that community feeling within the school. I felt it since I've been in year 7 all the way up to year 12 currently, and that's something that I really want to carry on working on through the next year. What I'd like to do is push through more events and projects which really tie together both campuses, Mill Road and Banbridge Road. I've always felt that there's been a bit of a split, but in terms of community, we need to remember that this is a whole academy, and something that I'd really like to do is push through more projects and events. And in terms of transitioning, I'd really like to work on bringing up year 6s to year 7, year 8s to year 9 and year 11 to year 12. I'd really like to run some sessions and activities which really makes the transition seamless for the students.
I think that's a really important input, because for those of you who are not aware of Plume and how we sit, we are a split site campus. We have year 7 and 8 on our Mill Road campus, which is geographically about half a mile in this direction, and then we have years 9 to 13 on this campus. However, it's also one of our best features because there's only a 2-year transition, so you come into year 7 from year 6 with only year 8 above you, so you haven't got year 7 and 13, that huge diversity on the one campus. So there are actually positives as well, but I think Naz's points about how we ensure that we continue to work closely together, I agree there is scope in improving that, and I was very pleased to hear that when Naz and the Executive Senior Student Team talked about that. Thank you, Naz. Poppy?
Thank you. So I'm looking at reducing any stress levels within the students at both campuses and also the external community or primary schools. Whether that is visiting the primary schools to help them with their transition from year 6 to year 7, because I know from personal experience and my peers it can be quite a worrying time. And I think having the student to student sort of connection would help in a very informal way to answer any questions that they may have. But I also think within the campus at the moment, whether it's exam stress or just the day-to-day runnings of the school, looking at ways that we can help students have the most enjoyable time at Plume, I think is extremely key here. And I know currently we are doing an amazing job, but any further steps I could take to make sure that the students here and future students have, like I say, the most enjoyable time at Plume, I think is one of the most important factors.
I think it's probably the most important factor, because if you enjoy, you achieve.
Definitely.
And if you feel comfortable, you make friends.
Yeah.
So I think, Naz started off with a great point. No pressure, Christian and Grace. And Poppy's followed that one on. But on a serious note, I know all 4 have their own drives. I think on that point, you're quite right. We have really good transition from the primaries, because you've all been there, all 4 of you, into Plume, into year 7, and again it's a year 7 and 8 campus, so it's a stepping stone. But actually to get it from you and actually our students would be even more powerful. And again, I think that's something that I was really excited to hear at interview and through the process. And I'm looking forward to how you get those teams together to make that impact and make those young people's transition even better.
Thank you.
So 2 really good points. And following on, Christian.
Thank you, Mr. Wakefield. I'm really proud and really enthusiastic about this year ahead. I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth into all the projects and activities that we're going to be doing as a student leadership team. Obviously, Naz and Poppy have spoken about their points, and obviously as a team, we'll all be working towards achieving those goals. But personally, one of my main prerogatives as the head boy would be to include some type of sports mentorship for younger students, because sport is such a big part of a young student's life. It was for me, playing basketball and football and rugby throughout my time at the Plume. And I'd really like older students who are sports abled to be able to mentor younger students as we have academic mentors. Another thing that I'd like to do is kind of echoing on from Naz's transition programme, but to allow younger students to have more of an insight on what they want to do in the future, whether this be from year 8 having open days at GCSE or A-level classes, just that, not that it was going to open doors for them and tell them what they want to do, but just so they have an idea of what's to come in the future. I think having that from an early age is really important.
Okay.
So yeah, basically I'm really happy to be here. I'm really proud, and I can't wait to start this year and try and achieve as many goals as we can.
And as you can see, we're following on with very clear objectives, all centred around improving the academy further, but also student-centred as well. And I think they're very clear, they're driven in where they want to go. And I, for one, am looking forward to seeing how the 3 points made thus far are going to develop and again aid our students, our key stakeholders. That's a really interesting point, because we are indeed, as was mooted on BBC Essex yesterday morning, a real high level sporting academy. And 50% of the student body, that's 850 students this year, have partook in extracurricular activities. There's been over 250 fixtures. So again, there's a huge amount of students taking part in sport, and to develop those role models, those connections, those relationships further, I think is a really good idea, and another one I respect. So a good start so far. And Grace, I know you're going to continue this, so over to your good self.
Thank you. I'm really looking forward to working with staff and students, because I feel like it's really good to become a massive team, because that's what the academy strives for.
Agreed.
However, my ultimate aim is definitely to develop on the reward scheme.
Yes.
I feel like if the student leadership team created an award and they give other students acknowledgement awards for what they've achieved, that would definitely bring us as a year group and other year groups together.
Agreed.
And I feel like we haven't had that before, so it's a new sort of goal that we're going to try and achieve, and it will definitely start from September onwards.
And I think that's a fantastic way to wrap up. And just for the context of where we are today, there's no preparation this morning in terms of us providing this video to you. We wanted you to sort of see us as how we are, reality, as we are on a day-to-day basis, typicality. But as you can see, these 4 young adults, these very able young adults, who I'm proud to sit alongside, have their own drives and their own objectives. No preparation in this today, straight off the cuff. And I think the final one has been mentioned there about rewards. We endeavour as an academy to highlight and reward the success of our students, and there are huge amounts of success that the students achieve. However, our staff are the same as well, and as I'm sure you'll agree, those students, without the support from those members of staff who work exceptionally hard, cannot happen. And it cannot happen without the support of the families as well. So you do have that triangulated approach. But to reward it, again, as we've said, there's scope for improvement. And I really, really am. It's arguably one of the best things that I'm looking forward to see how you as an executive senior student team can very much develop this whole academy rewards aspect for all stakeholders, including the older ones, who sometimes look at maybe what we have in place and think, maybe I've outgrown that, or maybe that's not for me. How can that inspire them to achieve more and allow them to respect what they've achieved at the same time? So, on behalf of the executive senior student team, the democratically elected executive senior student team, thank you for taking the opportunity to look at this video, this clip that's on our website, our introductory clip. And should you wish at any point in time, wish to contact me, or wish to engage in a tour, or wish to engage in a tour with any member or the team itself, just contact us via the Academy telephone number. My email's on the website, and we would of course be delighted to do so. Thank you.